Jordan leaves an enduring legacy. He won 5 NBA MVP awards, 10 scoring titles, 14 All-Star selections, 3 All-Star M.V.P awards, 2 slam dunk titles, 2 Olympic gold medals, 9 defensive first teams, 10 first-team selections to the All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, 6 NBA championships, and 6 Final M.V.P awards. But who's counting? In addition to being one of the most well-known and respected persons alive today, G.O.A.T is also one of the most well-liked athletes to ever have lived. Here are 15 facts about Michael Jordan that you maybe missed. Number 15, Michael Jordan's favorite Olympic event. It is well known that Michael Jordan takes great satisfaction in his competitive personality. It's what motivates him to run a successful business, and it's what helped him overcome obstacles to join the varsity basketball team in high school. But how far did he push his rivalry? In order to expose Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, and all of his other all-star colleagues' weaknesses on the NBA floor, Michael Jordan claimed that this was his favorite aspect of playing for Team USA, also known as the Dream Team. MJ had plans despite seeing the world and loving touring. Number 14, post-season scoring averages. Despite dominating for all the right reasons, Jordan's incredible postseason performances are what will forever make him famous. Michael Jordan averaged 43.7 points per game on 50.5% shooting during the 1986 playoffs, the highest scoring averages in NBA playoff history by a wide margin. Number 13, 3PT. Michael Jordan and the worst performance don't usually go together in a sentence, but regrettably, Michael Jordan had the NBA's worst three-point shooting performance. Michael Jordan essentially missed every single three-point try he made in the 1990 game, finishing with just 5 points. A terrible experience, to put it mildly. Number 12, underpaid. In his debut season, Michael Jordan won the NBA's Most Valuable Player award and went on to average 37.1 points per game in his second full season. The checks, however, didn't line up with the result. Michael Jordan swiftly established himself as the finest player in the NBA, but just his third season. But it wasn't until the 1996 to 1997 season that he received a salary from the NBA worth more than $4 million. Today's league would never allow this to occur. Number 11, the Bulls' domination. Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls have never suffered more than 2 straight defeats since 1990. This run lasted for 8 years. The Bulls twice won 3 consecutive NBA championships during this 8-year span. Number 10, for a game in 1990, he wore number 12. Even if a sportsman play a completely different sport, they still choose to wear Jordan's 23 since it has been so recognizable in all sports. Although the number is often used to refer to his airness, it was not the only one he wore throughout his career. It is well known that he temporarily wore number 45 after finishing his baseball career because his number 23 had been retired. However, these weren't his sole uniform numbers during his professional career. In a 1990 game, he was compelled to wear a nameless number 12 jersey. When he played the Orlando Magic on the road, someone managed to break into the locker room and take his number 23 jersey before the game. Jordan scored 49 points in that game, but the Magic won because, as it turns out, Jordan performs better under duress. Number 9, the highest career scoring average. Even after coming out of retirement, Michael Jordan was remarkably consistent during his 15 seasons in the NBA. He was much more than simply a scorer. But what made him such a feared player was his ability to put the ball in the basket. With a staggering 30.12 PPG in the regular season and an astounding 33.45 PPG in the postseason, he retains the records for both scoring averages. Jordan is a wonderful example of this since after losing some of his speed and explosiveness, he developed an almost unbeatable post game. A genuinely excellent scorer will be able to react and score in a variety of different ways. By averaging more points per game than players like LeBron, Kobe, Iverson, Shaq, Bird, Wilkins, and even Wilt, the stilt, Chamberlain, he was able to continue scoring throughout his career. Number 8, 9/11. Soon after the September 11 attacks, he made the announcement of his return and the donation of his whole first-year salary to relief operations. This includes $100,000 for the kids who lost their parents as well as $900,000 to other charities helping with the relief operations. Despite having a season marred by injuries, MJ's return brought some much-needed optimism to the sporting world. Number 7, aquaphobia. Michael Jordan has accomplished so much in his career, one would assume that he would not experience anxiety. Jordan was given the opportunity to step up, take the big shot, and excel countless times. On the court, he may appear to have no fears, but off the court, things are different. and it turns out that he is still a person after all and is familiar with the sensation of fear. Jordan's aversion to water was caused by a terrible event that happened to him when he was a young boy. He witnessed a close friend of his perish after being swept into the undertow, which naturally left him scared for life. Jordan developed a fear of water soon after nearly drowning at a baseball camp. Though he acknowledges that he has to overcome his phobia to some extent, he still gets queasy when in a tiny boat or around the large expanses of water. Number 6. 10 triple-doubles. The 1988-89 season is the best example of how good he could be in other areas. The Bulls would try Jordan in the point and guard position during the season. Jordan's performance in this capacity showed that he had the potential to be a top point guard, even though it did not result in many victories. Jordan recorded 10 triple-doubles in a period of 11 games, averaging an astounding 33.6 PPG, 10.8 RPG, and 11.4 APG. He recorded a stat line that any other player would be overjoyed to have: 40 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds in a lone game in which he failed to record a triple-double. That year, he also ranked first in the league in scoring. Number 5. From 2 marriages, he has 5 children. Michael Jordan, in contrast to many other professional athletes, has always led a rather private life. He married Juanita Vanoy in 1989, and the two were parents to 3 children: Jeffrey Michael, Marcus James, and Jasmine. When they separated in 2006, Vanoy received $168 million, making it the most expensive celebrity divorce ever. G.O.A.T. Prieto, a Cuban model, was MJ's longtime girlfriend when he proposed to her in 2011. The two later got married in 2013. Prieto gave birth to identical twins Victoria and Yasabel a year later. Despite Jordan's best effort to keep his private life private, his sons have unavoidably drawn a lot of attention as well as speculation about whether they will follow in their father's footsteps. While Jeffrey played for Illinois before switching to join his brother, Marcus played for the UCF Knights before leaving the team. Number 4. The one and only billionaire athlete. In addition to being the greatest player to ever play the hardwood and one of the most commercialized athletes of all time, his Airness is a businessman and a household name. He makes an incredible amount of money every year from his Air Jordan brand, his association with Nike, and his business interests, which include a car dealership and several restaurants. He also receives more endorsement money than current N.B.A. stars. In addition, he serves as the chairman and primary owner of the Charlotte Hornets, and after increasing his ownership of the team in 2014, Forbes lists him as the sole billionaire athlete. In theory, Tiger Woods, who was inducted into the Billionaire Club in 2009, was also the first athlete to do so before he was implicated in a cheating controversy. Therefore, he is not technically the first athlete to do so. Due to this, Woods lost a lot of sponsors and as a result his billionaire status. Number 3. Top 10 scoring awards. It goes without saying that Michael Jordan is a skilled goal scorer. He possessed the best post-up game for a guard that the game has ever seen. He could get by opponents for a dunk or layup in the midst of traffic. He could also knock down shots from beyond the arc. Due to the fact that he was certain to score in most games, defenses had to choose their poison. MJ earned an astonishing 10 scoring championships in his 15 seasons, which is a league record. The only other player to accomplish this feat was Wilt Chamberlain. He also managed 7 of these in a row from 1986 to 1993. In the 1986-87 season, when he averaged a mind-blowing 37.1 PPG, he had his best scoring year. Number 2, the scoring title and the D.P.O.T.Y. award. The fact that Jordan was a superb defender is frequently overlooked in favor of his incredible offensive skills. It was always going to be a challenge for anybody who was paired up against because of his abilities on both ends of the floor, and this was especially true during the historic 1987-88 season. He became the first player in the history to win both the Defensive Player of the Year award and the scoring championship in the same season, averaging a staggering 35 PPG. Naturally, he won the MVP honor for that season as well. Many outstanding goal scorers have graced the game throughout history, but they frequently lack the same tenacity on the other side of the ball. Number 1, magic number 33.6. In 6 final games, he won every series with an average of 33.6 points in each contest. You should consider a person's prowess on the biggest platform while deciding who the greatest person of all time is. A brief comparison of Michael Jordan's NBA Finals statistics with those of Kobe and LeBron reveals that the legendary Bulls player outperformed them both. Jordan played 35 games and made it to the finals 6 times in 15 seasons. He also won every series. He never scored less than 22 points over these 35 games, and he averaged a stunning 33.6 PPG. No player has risen to the challenge more than Jordan. However, you have to go a little deeper than these numbers and the circumstances. We hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.